What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
After We Fell, or After 3 if you prefer so, is officially here. The film received a lot of mixed reviews, but most fans adore the third installment and can't wait for the fourth one, which is supposed to be released next year. Until then, let's check some truly crazy theories that might be true. Major spoilers for After Ever Happy are ahead. A theory according to the book. The final novel in the series is an emotional roller coaster, sitting at over 500 pages. After Ever Happy continues the story after the discovery at the end of After We Fell, and the events are 10 years onwards of Hardin and Tessa's life together. This only means that even after everything that they've been through, even after their rocky, filled with obstacles relationship, the couple finds a way to stay together.
You're never gonna trust me.
Trust you? You think that I should trust you?
The synopsis of the book says, when a revelation about the past shakes Hardin's impenetrable facade to the core, and when Tessa suffers a tragedy, will they stick together again or be torn apart? As the surprising truth about each of their families emerges, it's clear the two lovers are not so different from each other. This only proves that the plot of After We Fell will serve as a good base for After Ever Happy. Now, the third film had almost the same plot as the book it is based on, and if After Ever Happy goes crazy storylines, but why wait a whole year? That's when After Ever Happy will be released. Let's check those potential storylines today. Tessa's pregnancy. After We Fell is finally here, and fans are already counting down until the fourth film in the series, After Ever Happy, comes out. Tessa and Hardin's relationship was, believe it or not the biggest problem in After We Fell. In fact, the problem was surprising revelations about Hardin and Tessa's families, and because of them, their relationship certainly won't be the same after everything that went down. But with these revelations, things are just getting started for this couple. Well, you'll be surprised to know that there are 3 more films in the line, so the story isn't entirely over just yet. Just to be clear, After Ever Happy will be the last one in the franchise, but there will be 2 more films that will cover the story of Hardin and Tessa when they were little. We'll finally see why Hardin is the way he is now. Nevertheless, After We Fell introduced the big revelation about Tessa being pregnant, and did you guys know that in the 4th book by Anna Todd, Tessa goes through a miscarriage?
And this film is just all that. I mean, you won't even be able to breathe during the film. It's just like scene after scene after scene after scene.
Yes, in After Ever Happy, Hardin and Tessa fall pregnant 2 years after graduating from NYU. They actually try for quite some time and even suffer a miscarriage. But they later welcome a baby girl and a baby boy 6 years later. Can you guys imagine Hardin being a parent to 2 kids? Tessa's father loses his life. Since the films are based on novels of the same name by Anna Todd, we might as well check the other things we should expect from After Ever Happy. As you all know, in After We Fell, Hardin discovers his dad is actually Christian Vance, the publisher, and not Ken. Hardin ends up completely devastated by the revelation, and in After Ever Happy, Tessa is trying to deal with the news that she probably won't be able to have children. In the 4th book, Tessa leaves London alone, and just when she gets into the apartment, she sees her father's corpse. She lies beside the body and holds on to it. As we previously said, in the end, Tessa is finally able to have children. It's interesting to think about Tessa and Hardin being parents. Maybe they'll finally learn that lack of communication is the key problem in their relationship? Who knows? But let's check other crazy theories, shall we? Hardin will never change. Well, not such a crazy theory, but a very expected one. It's no surprise that Hardin makes a lot of fans frustrated. He's, as you all know, quite the jealous type, as proved with the whole Robert situation and After We Fell. When it comes to him and his old friends, he can do what he wants, but just as Tessa meets a boy and talks to him, he turns into a terribly jealous person who must keep track of his property.
Can I get you anything, or do you need a minute? Yeah, you can come back. Robert.
Tessa is going ahead with her plans to relocate to Seattle with Vance Publishing, and Hardin is not so happy about it. Most fans think he just needs to understand that a relationship must include compromise and that he needs to be supportive to Tessa and her dreams, as he doesn't have a valid reason at all to not want to move with Tessa to Seattle. He even refuses a job offer from Christian Vance, and that's what makes Tessa wonder if he really deserves her. In the 3rd film of the franchise, we saw Hardin being the worst boyfriend in the world once again, as Hardin from the past surfaces and takes Tessa's father to a bar, even though he's a recovering alcoholic. And when they start a fight, to be more precise, her dad starts the fight, but Hardin joins him shortly after. He again proves he can be inconsiderate. Do you guys think Hardin is actually the problem in his rocky relationship with Tessa? Yes, we can all understand how his childhood and past overall influence on how his character is built now isn't love enough to make a person change. What do you think? In After We Fell, like After We Collided, we have Tessa's good girl image, and we now understand why her character is made the way it is. She needs to be the reasonable one for order for the story to keep moving. Do you think Hardin will learn how to control his temper in the last film of the franchise? Well, we hope so. Tessa won't live happily ever after? Tessa and Hardin's relationship is certainly a wild roller coaster, but at last we've surged a great point at the end of After We Fell, the third film in Anna Todd's series. Since the next film will be the last one of the franchise, we can't help but wonder if Tessa and Hardin will live happily ever after. Let's find out. After We Fell ended on a surprising cliffhanger. Well, book fans were not that surprised since the book included the same storyline. Christian Vance, Chancellor Scott's best friend, is Hardin's biological father. He had an affair with Hardin's mother before she had Hardin, and in the film, Hardin uncovers the secret after his mother's wedding, which he and Tessa go to London to attend. Interestingly enough, in the book, he leaves the wedding and breaks things off with Tessa. But in the film, as we previously said, he finds out after the wedding and he actually ends up kissing Tessa in the middle of London Street. So, in the book, Tessa goes back to Washington alone, ready to meet Landon in New York City, and as we said, her plan is broken as she walks in to find her dad's corpse. So what happens with Hardin and Tessa as she goes through this terrible situation alone? Well, he is back in London, meeting with his old criminal friends. He's drinking again, and he's in a terrible place. When he hears the news of Tessa's father, he goes to Tessa to finally be there for her, but as expected, she doesn't want to have anything to do with him. This is where he decides to search for Zed and asks for his help. We all remember Zed, right?
Well, look at the cat dragged in. It's a stupid fucking expression. Why would a cat drag me anywhere?
He was the other love interest of Tessa in the first film, and now that Hardin asks him for help, he uses the situation and tries to win Tessa again. After she gets better, Tessa is again interested in her old plan. In order to feel better, she repairs her relationship with her mom. And here comes the biggest twist in the book. Tessa and Hardin actually break up, for real this time, before Tessa graduates from NYU with a degree in wedding planning. She and Hardin then reunite, and they are now engaged, trying for a baby. When it comes to the other characters, Landon has a kid and lives his best life. Well, he deserved it, just as our dear Tessa. So a million obstacles later, Tessa is pregnant with a baby girl, and then 6 years later, with a baby boy. What's your theory about the plot of After Ever Happy? Let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our videos in the future. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.